Let's go. Run like the wind. Eyes peeled, Joshua. Be safe. There it is. For House Rossfield. The Heartstone.
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Thank the fuck Griffin is...
And the Heartstone.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just thank you, my lord. Your father would be...
Lady Goditha?
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and... The armbands are complete. Pray, Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies, but enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together. As Phoenix and Shield. As brothers in our...
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, but this was more than just a mess. It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast...
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hope. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and
thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its path, and so my pursuit continued. Until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father...
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to us.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive.
It is.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to let him see that you have received his...
I suppose it would be... What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it. For it too, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon...
Thank you, sir. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Do you see that too?
Papa? What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
Nothing good's gonna come of this, I'm telling you.
Just looking at it's enough to send a shiver down your spine.
Let's go. Faster! Right. It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Allow me.
I I don't need... Please, Field Marshal.
This won't take...
You're right, man.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, are either of you injured?
No, my... fucking traitor. But I hadn't thought it's a...
I call me does all...
Before... What do you...
I don't mind this, but it's...
You and... Or next...
But
what I don't...
I'm... What we...
And...
Oh,
I
You're... No, An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. Someone like Quentin. Let's go.
Faster!
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward, then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Back to the stables, girl. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply... and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years.
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left. The people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you... They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do. If it's the... We'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we...
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives. Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire...
A stirring... I fear that any rejoin...
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange...
That would be very... I hear the roads are far from...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Who'd you think?
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember?
Your sir...
Please, just Sid.
Oh, of course. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me.
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face him.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me, and no magic, no support, just one man, and it taught me what one man can do. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions.
So...
You haven't even started yet. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Come on. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Gone. Of course.
I didn't... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your valid... Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
You should have seen him. The thing did...
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back. Truth be told, it was me who suggested... But from what I hear...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey. But he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he had...
Indeed it is. Thank you for your... The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more...
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has... And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second... After all.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got him by sniffing out that log. Young Ember here has shown he has a conker. Wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine. One more
I'll do whatever you... I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just...
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like someone else. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on that time the curse breakers took some of the weight off.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done. Next thing you know, he'll be up. Chance would be a fine thing.
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will...
Help you today, Clive. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets if we don't cooperate.
I would speak with this Duke about
I saw the captain just now. He wasn't wearing his uniform.
Your town needs you. I need you.
The Duke would have me
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier. If only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine. And it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely.
Please.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious. Indeed, for continuing to argue it, yet I fear he is not one to be... He must be made to face the consequences.
And who would make...
I would. Myself and several... Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength...
Does that not seem a trifle...
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless my father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. But he is wrong. It is... He's scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose... Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the...
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. If you will extend me the same... I bid you good day.
She certainly has...
Indeed. But which may be enough to seal the fate of this is all about her.
Family.
I'm sorry. Where were... Ah, yes. But perhaps it's better that you heard them...
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
We'd have our coin, our stock and our stores, and we're just supposed to...
So you are content to abandon the... Please, if you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly... or trying to, at least. The land...
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison. Fine. Thank you so...
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father...
She made an uninvited appearance at the vet, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in...
I bet that went well. Anyway, what brings...
Our mutual...
Oh, right, as always. We've had some report...
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm it.
Right.
You know, Grieger...
I'm up.
Thank you. Oh, look...
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Yeah!
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Clive, it's me. Are you all right?
I am. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
But what were they doing south of town? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side.
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go now. You head...
What do you mean?
A lady...
What? I'll do what I can to be careful.
Don't...
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
Oh, fuck. No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls...
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist, should any of your men be injured, take them to the vet.
Thank you, milady.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. I only hope I can go some way to it, Philippe. Can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thrall...
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get... What about you?
I'll make my way up the road. I've fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right.
Thank you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
I want steel in the hands of every man.
Ready, girl? There are so many of them.
Not for long.
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun. Nice try. It's over. Too slow. Nice try. That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive.
And you, the road to Orf, how did you and your...
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks.
Glad to hear it.
Well, I thank you both.
You were right. And I had thought that only that without a strong hand, they would drift. But you, not by force, nor by the exercise, but by simply being one of them.
by knowing...
Our purpose was ever the same. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and...
You have, as did you, His Radiance. I forgot that.
I'm sorry. I should never have taken things so... I only wanted you to understand how the people, how I felt.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship. I do not, but I believe the same could be said of... We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, and we may yet achieve it. Will you join us in this?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open, and today there are more than ever.
Madam Isabel is a I see that it is...
You're right. If only I'd...
Forgive me for saying so, my lady. The dame said it herself. We can turn things, and that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs any...
Can we get you anything?
How goes the treat? I'll be happy to man one in. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done...
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? But I sense you would rather have died here. For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief, shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Might this be Mickelberg?
Thanks, Gal. These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you...
Heed the call? No, to be honest, I wasn't sure.
Is that so?
What are you doing here?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. Just this village, where they shall cast their souls upon the...
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord, let us free us from the...
They want to be... Forgive me. But did another
You mean the traveler from Storm?
Yes. Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right, and you must be the third
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less...
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But you have seen them at their... They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills. Not that they might be granted respite from their world. Serve him with... I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve, that they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep...
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of self. Forgive me, my lord. But I must remain here. Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what. Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before. done it. Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in, a duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. I should get this report.
Welcome, welcome. A fine choice.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad.
I met with your third chair.
Thank you. He remained?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelburn.
If you could not save him...
The villagers, they were. They prayed to their god that they might be Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero. For the right to choose how one does. A noble ambition. Only we live for better.
But he need...
we and... I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my life. Though our duties may differ, yours, and were they here...
Let's go. Enough of you, are there? The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? His interests were certainly... This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks? This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. It is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that a set of events occur...
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring them... That is all. You may keep the book. For now. The world is small. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Good girl. I can walk from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. It's locked. I should look around some more before I start breaking down doors. Conditioning. This is nothing short. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slum. But where is the architect of all this? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. I'm done here.
Ready, go?
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
Have care.
It'll do, girl. were no guard.
None manning the gates. It's a if. Then I'll say.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. But risking a lot just being here. Keep my eyes open for signs of life. So this plays, and I don't. They were nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No lockdown.
I know. Bear hits and then.
Perhaps it will finish. Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close. There's no need to be... Are you alone?
some of the guards. Everyone else...
Thank the
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather...
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been... What?
He fought the monster. He must have said... Where is he? He opened your cell...
Chadwick.
Was that...
Monsters...
We have to get out of here.
Doris?
All right. You
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. Let's try.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hut.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now on.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days.
She is. Slowly, but I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we weren't...
There's no need to apologize. How he fought, that's the...
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former... We was free, so after...
Good evening.
Hi, and then off.
Thank...
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did.
If the director was a brutal man.
The register was no.
I can shoot. No,
they'd be. It's see that
I'm gone.
Neither.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. I don't mean the crystal is massive.
Uncle, the field, brother, they would Lord here.
And just with the
Uncle used to
the sniff, but from what she and join. And how
you find that?
Well,
My
to rub.
I can't. You up?
Shall what we want to do if the lie, but for citizens of Valisthea.
Well, my boy,
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now we shall.
What do you think that thing is?
Vivian, I found it.
Even though I asked this of you, I feared the executors had seized every...
I met with one of the... and I convinced him to let me... He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie...
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people, as the sad history of the bearers.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A gallows stood ready for her in every court. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned, I, too, have always felt somehow set apart. She taught me that my solitude was not... And that, though my journey...
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly? I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the Hideaway, perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective. But the more I study, the more I find value in this. So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, When enough people believe, give the men and women of this benighted world the...
I'll try, Vivian.
You alright?
Something troubling.
It's just... Etta's baby will be coming.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make... let the little tykes...
So?
Well, the problem is that Etta's due any day now, and...
Is there anything I can... All right, then.
A good luck charm, but not...
Not just then.
No. One made from the... There's naught lucky in all the realm. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing.
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with
Well, there's no shortage of those past. I think I might make that my first port.
You're a good friend, Clive.
Trouble with your gear, or
what do you want?
And?
First the skies, then the crystal. What next? The advent great Grieger herself.
It's usually me making demands of our pockets. If Joshua's worried about Jill... Lawsman Harpocrates.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making amends with the...
Then I should begin by telling you that This was some years ago, of course. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and to supervise the young princes, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce. Alas, our time together was cut short. When Dion left to join the Dragoon, I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, but as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations, and I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone. It is one of my greatest regrets, that I own when what he truly needed, the blame for Dion's transgressions, lies not only on his shoulder.
I see. I'm ready to help you in it.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wife. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where...
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous... Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait. Whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
Run like the wind. Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Nice try. Here they are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose.
Must focus.
Oarsman.
You did?
I think.
You did?
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not?
Oh.
It's no trouble. Your Highness.
No.
No, our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates, no. I dare not after everything I have taken countless, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die, but were I to meet with him again and see in his eyes what I have become,
then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself,
I must, at the very least, offer him my... Very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, not to mention the Wyvern tales, I shall plant their seeds.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why? These flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's...
What's this?
A stolus quill. Or more precisely, it is said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the... So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, thank you, Harpocrates. Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. A silver chocobo.
Oh, or maybe not. There was a man stuck near some guide.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this out.
No work.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good.
Can I help you with...
You wouldn't have... Was it... A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here, let's go. Safe. This one's awake. Let's see what's inside.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Tracks. Not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. A chocobo was here. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm just borrowing a feather for my... Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they...
It was no trouble at all.
Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luck, you said?
Crystals crack. Where in there?
It's a lot.
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on. They'll find a new home. After all, that's what us... Anyway, what matters is, and now all that's left is to...
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon like the fact I'm as good with a whittling, and that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
But it weren't your Avis. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make...
Now, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
I was just about to go in. But then I thought it might be better if you went first. What with you being the head of the family and all.
How can I help you, Clive? Don't push yourself too hard, Clive.
Is there aught I might assist you with? May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well... Is...
Wrong.
Go on. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when I mean a baby. To let him know that
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
Ah, you know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many. I said I was gonna get back to work anyway.
What is it?
Thanks.
I know.
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they will. It's just a big crystal.
Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine,
I suppose it's not hard.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly...
Of course. You remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the duchy, and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's...
To see the snow daisies. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boy's coat.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a... It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for Ben?
I'm saying... what would...
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but... it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who might...
Someone in the backyard? Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Say what you will. Maybe Karen has seen our...
This should tide us over until the new moon.
Oh.
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow
daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good... Both have similar climbs and the right elevation.
Right.
Did you...
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in December.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she...
Whose shores border the meadows.
Got any more of those special elixirs?
I hear the Jakes agreed to let us keep our
We've got
land.
more pips than the Vale's got passed. Seems the Duke's had a change of heart.
Those things didn't fight like men.
the wind.
Just the one of you, eh? The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there. Look, brother. Do you see them?
I do. The flowers and our friends. You see, boy. Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was... She loved them.
It appears my work is done. The rest, well, we wouldn't want another thunderstorm now.
Jill, There's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped, so lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there, I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
was much good at garlands. But it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you. There's something about it. I feel like it's calling
Good morrow to you, my friend. I have a few new notes that might interest you. What subject shall we consider today? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.